Big Ninja here. Coming up on here for my weekly. If not, maybe I'll post another one this week. Live stream. Um, as in the title, Boondox, ABK, and R.O.C. Info stuff going on with all them. Quickly, with the Boondox new CD, ABK just started a new tour, and of course R.O.C. Was talked to by Fago lovers, and he brought out the news that him and some other people in M&E made a call while DCG Con was going on to make sure everything was okay. I'd say furthermore, dispelling any sort of could be maybe rumors of people within within M&E's possible involvement with the whole thing. Myself, I don't think anybody from M&E was involved, and Body Bag Syndicate doesn't count, and even Body Bag Syndicate really wasn't involved. It was their fans. So I'd kind of like to get that straightforward as far as like where I see things. I guess I'll talk about like the Boondocks ABK stuff in a bit. Yeah, like, and then I said more. I guess yeah, we'll just get into the topic, seeing that we're into it. Yeah, I'm for the the peace beneath the streets. I've been for a while. It's just other juggalos make it hard, because other juggalos, it doesn't help their viewership. It doesn't help, their groups, so called, if, there's not drama. Unfortunately, there's people that feed off the drama, and, they get YouTube views off the drama. I mean, do I get YouTube views off of drama? Yeah. Like I've said it before, I've made videos. My biggest current video is about people's, people in the Juggalo world's drama. So I'm not, I'm not any better myself. But the difference between me and I'd say some others is I'm not purposely, making up segments just for drama. I'm not coming on just for drama. Most of what I'm going to try to talk about is just underground news. Whether that's psychopathic, M&E, LSP, SKR, murder music, brain sick, you have it. Because, like I've put forward, I'm more interested than just in M&E and psychopathic. I show a lot of love for M&E and psychopathic. They're the two labels I would say I listen to the most as far as, their artists go. But they're not, it's not where everything stops for me in the underground. What's up, Papa? But yeah, I'm not, sure, I listen to a lot of M&E artists stuff. I listen to a lot of Psy artist stuff, but it's not like my listening doesn't stop there. Like I said, what's up, Papa? Just doing my weekly live stream thing, like I said to everybody I was going to. I mean, I know I had a longer one last week. I know I deleted that. My explanation beyond with that, I guess, is it's just I can't, it wasn't so much the putting myself out there that went to why I deleted that. It was just some stuff I said earlier, like, honestly, like, I know I may go on to say things that I guess you could say would perpetuate stuff further, but really that's just simply my opinion. I'm not really trying to, like when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, like you have certain channels that, they, the beef carries them forward. And like for me, I kind of find it funny because like let's say this, peace beneath the streets is achieved, you know, it's gonna to me, you know, it's gonna make things kind of rough, I feel, for certain, people, because certain people, you know, their buzz is off the drama. Like a lot of people veer those shows. What happens if the drama goes away? You know, like, I mean, there's certain people, they'd go from having a show to half a show, if not more than half a show gone, just because what if there's no drama? Like everybody, like, yeah, I mean, there's always some kind of drama. But what if the big drama went away? What if the bigger chunk of the drama went away? You know? For me, that's where I'm coming from, is it's like, yeah, no, I feel what you're saying, Papa. Like, I know I've been worried about people too. Like, I mean, I had said something on a friend of mine's stream like months ago, like, and if it's still up on his channel, which I'm pretty sure it is, like, I pretty much predicted this stuff. Like, I couldn't have named who was involved, who would have been involved at DCG Con with everything, but just I made a premature guess of like how things were going, and I had basically said the way things are going, this is going to turn into actual like human to human violence. Like, just watch. And now here we are 3-4 months later, and my prediction was correct. Not that it was a hard thing to predict, but my prediction was correct. So to any of my naysayers back then, here you go. Maybe next time you'll listen when I make a predict. I mean, now to be fair, I don't really think all that many people seen that live stream, but I did. I put it out there like verbatim. I was like, watch, this shit will only get worse. Because and then here's the thing too, like with this whole, like with everything, like sure there's the peace beneath the streets hashtag going through right now, and there you have people like CPN and Chuck Reeves espousing their views, saying, yeah, well, for a concerts, maybe like we should tone stuff down, we should not fight with people. But yeah, we wanna stick to what we're doing. Well, here's the thing though, what you're doing is what fuels that shit to happen. So you really only have one of two choices. You can stop like what you're promulgating, or you cannot, and this type of stuff will still happen. Because here's the thing, Russell Gang's not gonna stop rustling. CPN's not gonna stop doing what he's doing. Chuck Reeves like claims he's gonna stop, but I doubt that. And then you have like offshoots who, like these people, they're not gonna stop doing what they're doing either. Some of these people are still gonna be getting on live streams saying stuff that would very much so go against like why they went to the march, talking about, somebody can come to their area and catch hands, or they got guns, or whatever they're trying to say. But yet, when it came to DCG Con, the people espousing these things, I didn't see any of them fighting anybody. I heard of, Dead Gang beating some dude up with a skateboard, which I think that's kind of bullshit, and I think that's petty. But it was funny, though, that all the people that I seen, whether it was in a chat room, or on the chat room of a show, or on their own show saying stuff, they weren't the ones fighting anyone. That's what I find funny. Like, yeah, CPN didn't get touched, Maximum Overlord didn't get touched, Siznak didn't get touched, a lot of like, Crazy McCormick, a lot of these other people. Now, I'm not even saying a lot of these people even asked for it or said anything, but, like, you have, like, all the people that I seen, whether it was in a chat room, or on their own show saying stuff, they weren't the ones fighting anyone. That's what I find funny. Like, yeah, CPN didn't get touched, Maximum Overlord didn't get touched, Siznak didn't get touched, a lot of like, crazy McCormick, a lot of these other people. Now, I'm not even saying a lot of these people even asked for it or said anything, during some of the streams at DCGCon, there was people going, "Oh, well, where's BBS and stuff." So in a sense, yes, it was egged on. Like, while at the con, it was kind of egged on, or there was people sitting there saying they text people like, "Oh, here's where we're at. Let's have some fun." So yeah, your actions were trying to further eggs this stuff on. So how can people say stuff wasn't being egged on? Yes, it was. Sure, okay, I get it. You don't want to take responsibility for, say, somebody else's, doings. Oh, no, yeah, I agree, Papa. I totally agree. Um, I totally agree. Um, but yeah, like like in these factions, it really is, like, I hate to say it, but it's up to them. You know, like, it's the everyday juggalos that aren't really doing anything. They're just the everyday juggalos. Like, they got DCG ruined for them because of these, offhand groups like Russell Gang and Dead Gang and 17 Dead and some of this other stuff. Like, to me, if you really want to point fingers, like, okay, yeah, BBS had involvement because, like, there was, the Dead Gang stuff. So, yeah, they kind of had something to do with it. But so did Russell Gang, and so did 17 Dead, and so did, some of these 17 percenters. These 17 percenters can back off at all they want and say, try to claim their innocence. No, you're not innocent. You are the reason. Because, okay, look at it. The people that didn't choose a side, Jump Steady and, Rude Boy and some of them, they weren't talking to them. They didn't have to have come some talk with somebody like me or something. Of course, yes, I wasn't at DCG Con, but they wouldn't have been having a talk with me if I would have been there. And, they probably couldn't have any talk with any of these, like, Dead Gang, Twizzlers, because they had left and probably didn't care. But you really look at it, it was these fringes that caused this. It wasn't the didn't pick a siders. So for people wanting to be mad at the didn't pick a siders, the didn't pick a siders were the ones that got the shaft. And then just people that, whether maybe you're not vocal about picking a side, but you did, but yeah, you were kind of just there to just have some fun. Like, maybe you have an allegiance, but you're not claiming it on the internet. You're not using the catchphrase that, applies to you, whether it's 17% or a Twizzler or something like that. Whatever whatever catchphrase you like to go by. But yeah, like, you look at it, yeah, a lot of these, like, didn't choose a side people. Well, yeah, but I no, okay, Warlocks, I understand that, but we didn't. Well, yeah, but here, and here's the thing, like, but he wasn't, like, he really, like, he was personally involved, but he didn't, like, other than talking to the cops, he didn't get himself personally involved. Like, that's the thing that upset me, is there were certain people, no, they weren't really saying, yeah, we're gonna go find these people, but the way they were talking, they weren't necessarily going to find these people either. By the way some of them were talking, it was like they wanted to go find these people. Like, they wanted to go find Frankie and Icky, and they wanted to do some stuff, or that's how it seemed like they were talking. But then when they actually got to the con, they were all just sitting at the con, smoking weed, drinking, having fun, and there was the occasional "where's BBS," thrown in there, or "fuck BBS." Yeah, well, and they didn't, see, and that's the thing, like, I look at it as both ways, though. Like, yeah, BBS was saying a lot of stuff, too, and they didn't really bring forward any action, either. And I know they were talking a lot of shit, too. Like, I can't see everybody's personal messages, so I don't know what personally went down, but Methinks there was some personal. If we could see all these third parties, people like personal messages, like with some of this stuff, um, I'd think it'd bring a lot more to light than it's wanting to come to light. I think it would prove there was a lot more egging on going than certain people wanna actually say that there was. I think a lot of people are like, wanting to tiptoe away from the subject because they're becoming personally involved, and they're like, oh shit, we didn't want this to happen. Now our truths are coming out. And so now it's not looking so good. Like now it's like, oh shit, I mean, like you had Jumpsteady that had to. I feel sorry for Jumpsteady because he had to get involved and tell full-grown adults, like, listen, you shouldn't bring your drama to these events because these events are bigger than you. To me, like, that's what I couldn't stand, is just the selfishness of it all. It's like, you can't say these people didn't know that there were gonna be kids and people's wives and people's families at this event. They knew before it even was gonna go down how it was gonna be, and yet the internet thuggery still went on. It's like, couldn't you have kept that between yourselves? But then no, but certain people wanted to bring it on the internet, showing screen caps and, like, playing it in certain segments. They wanted to talk about it. Then it's like, and we're all still talking about it now. It's become, it's of what we're talking about right now, and still, like, I'm totally for this peace beneath the streets thing, but you have two collections of people that, because of their actions, are just directly just shitting all over that. Like, maybe it's just me, but I just don't feel like they didn't choose the siders. Like, I really don't feel like, what move can we really make? Like, we didn't have to make a move. We've been trying to tell people on both other sides, like, listen, like, okay, I guess if you're gonna, like, have the side you're gonna have for whatever reason, cool, but it's not helping. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, see, and then there's what I'm saying. Like, okay, yeah, they're see, but are those but do any of those others that have more to do with this? Do they want to come forward? Do they want to admit to what involvement they had? I don't believe so. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people, and I include the other side on this too. Like, this isn't me just trying to come after 17 percenters. Like, this is just me, you know, like, BBS did, like I said, BBS didn't do nothing, but neither did the like, BBS didn't, they didn't go do any, they didn't go to the con and do anything themselves. They didn't start any fights. They didn't come there. Yeah, I've heard they've made a lot of threats on the internet, like, from what I'm telling. Oh yeah, Poppy. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, everybody does. Whether it was the 17 percenters, the Twizzlers inside of the whole thing with BBS and the Dead Gang stuff, And to be fair, like, I will give props to CPN. Like, he did go on his show. I want to say Sunday. Yeah, yeah. I'm not denying it. I'm not denying any of BBS's involvement in this, or their Dead Gang people. I'm not I'm not saying these people are any, you know, I'm not saying I'm with these people at all. I'm just saying, and that's why, like I was saying, I'll give props to CPN. Like, he came forward and said, listen, if people feel like I had anything to do with this, I'm sorry. And honestly, props to him for doing that, because at least he recognizes. I think he's one of the few that actually recognizes shit because of what happened on the internet, because of some of what I do. Uh, you know, Actions have consequences, And unfortunately, I had to see some of that stuff. I had to see the aftermath. And now that the aftermath is going through, you do have a few people like him that are actually, I'll give him mad props, that are actually sitting there and going, yeah, here was my involvement. I'm going to bring people on. We're going to tell you our side of the story, which I like, because it's interesting to hear, I mean, he had Acetone on, and Acetone was talking about Russell Gang side of it. Chuck had BBS on. So we have people that are putting forward, I guess, people from different sides, point of views into this whole thing. And that's good. I mean, if we're going to get past this, I think everybody just kind of needs to put their shit out there regardless. And we'll kind of see how things go. I'll say it right now. I really don't think. I mean, I really don't think we'll see anything out of BBS as far as apologies. That's myself. I don't think. Just because of how they handled stuff, like just for the sheer fact that it wasn't they themselves who like came to the con, and started anything. It just kind of shows kind of like how their motives work, regardless of whether or not they had their manager telling them not to go. Guess what? They still could have gone, and they still could have, did it themselves, but they didn't, So, I mean, honestly, in the sense of it all, I will give props, to certain people that, yeah, they were at the con, they were ready for whatever was going to go down. For what went down at the con, I don't condone it. I don't condone any of this. Like I said myself, I had made a prediction like this 3-4 months ago, that if, things in the underground kept going the way they're going, this was going to turn into violence. And I hate that I turned it out to be right. And I'm really hoping the community will come together and just realize, like, even if, you don't like a certain, like, even if you chose a side as far as for these events, you need, like, you kind of need to put your moniker down when it comes to concerts and events. Like, I'm all for if you want to have pride in being a 17%er or a Twizzler, or you didn't choose a side type person. I'm all for, like, you have convictions and you stand by those convictions, but to where your convictions, churn into yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you, Warlock. Said I really do. Like, yeah, and Chuck's a muddy character in this because everybody knows that, he supported BBS. He even leaked that stupid Slap a Hoe song by them that I thought was irritating as shit. The song was pointless. I'll say it again. It sounded like horrorcore, like went and stole from Soulja Boy back in the day, where Soulja Boy had this song where all it was I pimp smack that hoe, whoopsh. The whole song, like the most just intellectually lazy song, I ever heard. And then you have them that they put that out, that it's something about slapping a hoe, and yeah, sure, I guess there was lyrics in between, like, the hook, but honestly, like, I was sitting listening to the hook, and, like, I couldn't bother to listen to the other lyrics because I was just so, I was just kind of so pissed off by, like, the degradation inside the hook. I'm like, I really, like, I listened to it all the way through, but honestly, I couldn't tell you, like, one thing that wasn't the hook, because honestly, I was so, like, I was so, like, unfortunately pulled in by the hook and how disgusting it was, that I really didn't pay attention to anything else. And Like, I just, like, yeah, I do, and it's funny, like, and that's where I do kind of find it funny with the whole Chuck thing, is it's like, he's sitting there, like, oh, peace beneath the streets and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, but, no, here was my favorite part, Odo, here's my favorite part. My favorite part was when he never said he lied about anything. Here, Chuck, I'll point out your 3 lies of last year. Uh, you said you were going to go to the gathering. You didn't. You said you were going to go to the march. You didn't. You said you worked for M&E on official capacity. You don't. You're like contracted through them. We know that now. So yeah. Again, I know I said this before, but people watch people on the internet, and sometimes they even take like your live stream or your video and they copy it. They download it to their computer, and then they remember what you say, and then you have people that even cut and clip it onto their own YouTube to spread amongst others, and then it shows verbatim the very lie you just got caught in. Oh yeah, but I mean, but we all ended up finding, like that was like whether he likes it or not. That was a flip flop. One minute it was he was working for M&E, and then the next minute it was, oh no, I'm contracted through M&E. I never officially worked with M&E. Shout out to Redheaded Stepchild for that footage. If you guys want to go check out some fun footage of, you know, how we found out about Chuck, not working for M&E, I mean, which there was research done by, people to confirm that, certain people had talked to, the owner, being George of M&E, and George had told those people, no, Chuck doesn't officially work for us. So yeah, Chuck, you can sit and say, like, maybe whatever stories you might, but there was personal things you lied about that we have proof of, because, like I said, people can take your video on the internet and they can download it and keep it. So like that's what I've said in other instances, like, and I won't even just say it for Chuck, I'll just say it to people in general on YouTube. People can take your videos and they can cut and copy them, and then they can do with it whatever they want. But it's from the original source. Like, yeah, okay. That's why it's a good case to, like, always make sure you... Oh, yeah, and Warlock said, yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. So yeah, oh yeah, no, I don't, I don't doubt that for a second. They had, they had an assorted past. I mean, hell, Chuck still is still talking about him. I mean, he does it, like, again, he pulls my favorite thing of, he'll mention people, but he doesn't mention their channel name. Um, you know, for the most part, if I'm gonna, like, mention something, I'm gonna mention your channel name. Or, like, I'm gonna talk about the people, like, involved. Whereas him, like, he really likes to play that I don't want to give them more fame card, so I'm not gonna say their name. But yet, if you know any of the involvement or have been around the last, like, year and seen the back and forth between my channel and CPN's, you probably know what I'm talking about, type thing. So I just kind of find that interesting myself. Yeah, yeah, I mean, he does, though. He shouts people out. Like, he shouts people, I mean, to a point, yeah, he does shout people out without, I guess, out even, like, really knowing. He's done it with me. Like, one of my favorite episodes is when he was talking about me and King Crimson and this dude Jinzo that was on a Netflix show. He said that, like, me and Crimson X and this Jinzo dude, we all needed to fall off. and that him and his people needed to get together and, you know, kill 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 the kill the bad shit, and me and Jinzo and, Crimson Max, we were the bad shit. And well, I hate to inform you, Chuck, but we're still around. I'm still around. I'm not still around quite as much as I was, but I'm still around. Um, as much as I don't care for it, Crimson's making money. He's going on tour. He's selling merch. So good job with killing. Good job with killing him. You did a horrible job on that. If anything, honestly, I'd say out of your two's war, I think he came ahead because he provoked you enough to get you to put a picture of a dick on your thumbnail that then got your live stream abilities banned for 3 months. So honestly, I'd say Crimson came out ahead. Maybe you don't think so, but to anybody with a brain, even if you don't like Crimson. Oh, no, yeah, oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, Crimson got wrecked by Max for sure. Um, I mean, it really wouldn't take like all that much out of somebody to I'd say diss him because he really doesn't bring much back. I mean, we have that proof in the whole, his diss song towards Jay, like, and he doesn't really even rap. He like talks with like I don't know. He talks like there's something in his mouth, or something. The dude, I mean, I know he wears those silly grills and whatever, and it mumbles his speech and stuff, so you really can't even hardly understand. Like, even if he could rap, good. Oh, what up, nigger? I ain't never had you up in here. You keep killing it with those $2 super chats, man. Provided me a many a laugh during those days when you guys were trolling Chuck. I mean, honestly, that's the thing I'll say. Like, that's the kind of the one benefit I think I get out of 17 percenters is, um, hell yeah, nigger, hell yeah, keep killing it, man. Yeah, like I honestly, that's I get a bit of enjoyment out of the 17 percenters with that is they'll go and troll Chuck on his show, and he'll sit and say sometimes he doesn't get heated, but you can really visibly see like they're getting at him, like the stuff they're saying. Like one night Siznak was sitting there trolling the shit out of Chuck, and Chuck, like, you could, like, he was sitting there saying he was cool, but he didn't look cool. He didn't. He looked a little peeved, if you ask me. Face is getting red and all that. Everybody knows what Chuck's looking like when he's getting mad, and it's funny. You can tell he's mad. I don't even see why he sits and denies it at that point. I mean, shit. Why are you gonna sit and lie to kick? You might as well just come forward and be like, yeah, I'm pissed off. Y'all pissed me off. That's what I do. I just admit it if you pissed me off. Who cares? You know? You're already just kind of out there just saying whatever anyway, so why not, Who cares? But yeah, like, for sure though, like, I guess my ultimate look at all this is I'm hoping, like, you know, I understand, as far as, like, you know, you have people like, CPN and Chuck and some of these others that, they make content, and part of the reason why people watch their content is the drama. I'm not immune to this stuff myself here. I'm talking about it myself. Um, but I'm not actually going out of my way really to put it on my, like, I'm talking about it because it happened to talk about. And I feel like that's the difference. Like, I don't feel like I'm really trying to, I'm talking about it just to talk about it. Like, honestly, after this live stream, I'll probably just I'll lay it to rest, I guess what I'll do is I'll just have this kind of be, my vent stream. Um, but yeah, the way I look at it, I'm hoping, it's my problem is it's like I just like where we might get one side of people to agree. Like there's the toughness of finding out. Oh no, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally. Good message. We should be looking at the gathering, like, and I'm hoping people will really start putting this stuff down for the gathering, because if people don't like let this stuff lay, unfortunately, I think that it'll carry over to the gathering, unfortunately, because you know I you know I feel bad for Psychopathic in a sense, because you know they didn't really know what was going on, but if they did, they maybe wouldn't have had the whole thing in Denver. Now, it shouldn't have mattered, because people should have just tried to be adults and let stuff be, but it didn't go that way. Unfortunately, we learned not everybody's just a keyboard warrior. There's are people that are willing to step forward and actually bring physical violence into this, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we learned that. So, I mean, if you really look at it, I mean, that's where I'm for this unity. I'll be all about it myself. Like, just like I'm just about YJC too, the YouTube Juggalo community. I want you guys to support that. I'm gonna try to start putting that hashtag in the beginning of my videos and in the description section too, because I am about that. Like, I am a Juggalo on this YouTube. I watch Juggalos in this YouTube, being, CPN, Chuck Reeves, Warlock Side, Tales from the Lord's podcast. I guess this is just gonna be just shout outs and stuff. Carnival Spirits, Mr. McInhose, Crazy McCormick. Um, yeah, and you know, for real. Many others. Don Chaos. He's part of Cardinal Spirits. Brooklyn Menace or Studio 17. Uh, who else? I'm trying to figure out who else I watch. DC Fago guy. Uh, da, 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 da. Maximum Overlord. Sid Jones. Beastmaster, even though he's in Carnival Spirits. Just a lot of these, if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. I'm sitting there off my head, like listing all these people. Oh yeah, I feel that, yeah. R.O.C. and Jay. I mean, I could kind of see it, just because you know, uh, Jay's been cool with R.O.C. for a long time. You know, Jay was in the like he was around when there was even the early beginnings of uh you know you know what is it or House of Crazies was around. Yeah, I would say he became more interested in the whole thing, I guess, unfortunately, once House of Crazies was breaking up, because then he seen what Twisted was doing and said, hey, started talking to those guys and went, how would you like to, come do some stuff with us? And unfortunately, yeah, it left, R.O.C. in the background. Unfortunately, it kind of left him in just a solo thing. But then, because of it, we got him as a solo act, and he's put out a bunch of fresh music. Just a year or two ago, he put out Digital Voodoo. That CD was awesome. Go check that out if you haven't, for sure. R.O.C.'s the shit. Like, I had heard him making certain speeches at, Astronomicon, talking about, like, they did the old days thing, and I watched all that, and, you know, for me, honestly, ROC kind of, you know, it putting forward an olive branch wasn't that big a surprise to me because, you know, shit, he's been cool with both parties and all this for a long time, you know, that being, you know, Shaggy and Jay and Mono and Jamie. You know, he's been around, you know, ROC has kind of been in the middle of them all for quite a while, 20 plus years. Yeah, he's worked with Twisted more directly, but you know, you can tell he's had a long time friendship with Jay and Shags for a long time. So to me, this isn't it's not too surprising for me, just knowing, you know, the history of stuff. Now, I mean, I'm not like, my history on all this isn't perfect, but I'd like to say I know quite a bit of, you know, Juggalo history. I don't know it all by any means. I still have people teach me stuff about it for sure. That's why I like talking to just everyday Juggalos, because you never know what kind of information some random Juggalo might be able to pass on to you about, like, you know, the music or whatever. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know he was friends with Twisted before, but I mean, you think about it, you know, he was probably friends with Twisted a couple years before, you know, Jay and Shags. But you think about it, he's probably been friends with Jay for probably 20 plus years. You know, I know he hasn't per se done a lot of music with Jay, but, you know, I give R.O.C mad props, because you know what, he didn't, you know, he could have put up a fight when, you know, House of Crazies was kind of dying, but he didn't, you know. Instead, he was like, no, you know what, I realized the talent of the two people I was rapping with, and, like, I wish those guys the best of luck. And I think he realized the opportunity they had within, you know, signing to Psychopathic. And then they did churn that opportunity into something huge. You know, huge enough to the point to where now, you know, they have, you know, okay, they don't necessarily have their own record label because they don't outright own it, but they have a big role in it. So, you know, they got to build, you know, and I give ICP props for bringing them on. You know, to me, that's what any kind of, you know. Oh, yeah, R.O.C is the man for sure, for sure. I got much love for R.O.C. I here's who it was with me that I seen bridging the gap. I either seen it being him or Blaze. That's who I seen bridging the gap. I know Blaze has said a little bit on the subject of, like, this whole, like, split or beef, but he hasn't been nearly as vocal about it. Yeah, Blaze and ABK for sure. You know, I've said that before. Like, you know, they had their concert, you know, and now you have ROC reaching out. You know, I'm liking the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm starting to see you know, I'm hoping we can just progress forward, you know. And see, and that's the thing I want, is I want people to do separation, like people are saying, you know, keep the internet stuff separate. Like, if there's people on the internet talking about other people on the internet or in the music industry, let that all be right there as it is. But then as far as the concerts go, yeah, for sure. And yeah, nigger, I'm sure, like, I'm sure Blaze does feel that way, because yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, as far, and I mean, I know some people have probably been wondering, like, kind of where I sit on some of the stuff, you know, Jamie and Paul have been saying. Like, here's my outlook on it. Like, I don't agree with everything. Yeah, no, right on, nigger, right on. That's cool you were having that conversation. Good for you, man. For sure, definitely. That's a good conversation to have. If you were, I mean, if I was to ever get around the artists, I would for sure want to have the conversation, whether they liked it or not, because it's a conversation that needs to be had. Because there's a lot of people, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. I like. I really want people to know too. Is like, I understand. I've had talks with people that would claim themselves as 17 percenters, and I had perfectly fine. You know, we had a talk. Nothing came of it. You know, as far as anything bad, like we just simply had a conversation. I told those people why it is that, I don't feel this, I don't, I didn't really choose a side. I stayed neutral. I played, I played Canada. Yeah, no, yeah, no, I'm with you, Warlock said. I am 100%. I'm with you. I do feel like yes, like I do feel as far like really, if I had to pin a lot of this on somebody, I really hate to say it because I love his music to death, but Mono he is a big piece of this. Like, to me, I feel like the two people that are really going to help this kind of erase all this would be him and Violent J. Like, I think R.O.C. is a nice start, but what really needs to happen is, like, Violent J and Monoxide need to sit down and have an adult talk as adults and sit and realize that what's going on is bigger than them. I said, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm sitting saying the same thing about, when it comes to these events, like whether you're a 17%er or a Twizzler or you're like me and you're neutral, like put your viewpoints aside for the event or the concert. However you're looking at it, or your convictions, for who you ride with. Like, ride with who you ride with. That's awesome. But is yeah, no. Warlock said, yeah, Twisted does need, like, I want to see, I underneath it all. Yeah, they do, because, yeah, I mean, the Juggalos, you know, that's one, and unfortunately, because of all this, I think that's what we came to realize with all this is, Rob Bruce and Violent, unfortunately, like, everything came to a head, and now everything's kind of in the light. So at least everything's in the light now, the way I'm looking at it. This is what we needed to happen. Everything needed to come to light, whether it was good or bad, and you need to get that bad out. That's why I will sit and express, like, my views and outlooks, as a whole, like, on here, and my thing is, yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Warlock Side, and that's where I say I understand where there are people that are so invested in, they got so invested into certain things that now you have how Twisted handled the march, and you have how Twisted handled after the march, even though people were trying to provide them information. And then you had, Mono, yeah, getting on these brunch and bakes and saying, asserting wild things, half of which I don't agree with. Now, are there some things on some of those I agree with him? Yes. To a point, I do feel like with some things Mono said, some people were just getting butthurt. I feel like it was a truth they just really didn't want to, like, you know, they didn't like realizing that truth. And so unfortunately there's that. Now on the other side, yeah, there's a lot of what he said that was just bullshit and him just egging shit on. He needs to realize, like I said, he needs to realize, as far as Twisted goes, because I haven't, like, yeah, Jamie did that one stream. Yeah, I agree to that too, because, I mean, Yeah, I feel that, nigger. Like, yeah, I feel that there's like, I've had like one night, like I said, and you know, just to mention, I had a talk with Crazy McCormick and Siznak and a few others, back when I was in, the Jug Accord. What is Juggernaut? I guess my statement on that is this. I'll simply say what I told Max. This isn't a shots fired at anybody. This is just simply how I feel, so take it how you want. To me, I'm glad Max kicked me out because, you know, when he took leadership of it, and that's fine, that's up to Static Beats. Much love to Static Beats for having me in there, but I feel like when the Jug Accord turned to Jugganati, it turned into something else. My very words for it, because I'll just say this, I have the screenshots to prove what I said. So even if somebody wanted to say I said different, I could prove different. I literally did say to Max that I was like, well, I'm glad you kicked me out because you just turned it into a 17% echo chamber anyways. Take that how you want it. That's what I feel it's become. I'm at the point where even if I was invited back, I wouldn't go back because I don't fit into that. If that's what those guys want, yeah, that was that was probably a dick move, signing Young Wicked right after everything. I won't disagree to that. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, as far as like Juggernaut goes, I'm not, I'm I'm happy. I'm happy everybody's in there who's in there. If they're having fun, cool. Keep doing it. I hope you guys the best with it. I was happy to be in it while I was in it. But really, if I was to really retrospectively look at everything and yeah, no, I feel that. I do kind of feel for Twisted in that sense because, ICP has their masters, and I would say some people would say that Twisted is probably entitled to their masters, but then again, it was probably in the contract that, Psychopathic would keep those masters because they were made under Psychopathic. So, to where I agree, that, Jamie and Paul kind of have a right to be mad about their masters. You signed a contract. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where Lockside is, they signed a contract with a record company, and if they were smart, they read that contract. Well, I mean, he could have been, but then again, like if he was such a bad negotiator, like I don't really think he would have gotten Twisted to come on M&E though. So he must have been a decent enough like businessman and negotiator to negotiate the deal for them to come on, and then not to mention for them to bring Blaze and Boondox on. So he must kind of be about his business. Otherwise, I don't see why then that everybody who's on Magic Ninja is still then on Magic Ninja if he's a shitty businessman. I guess just my lookout at it. Normally you're not gonna like... Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really checked out any interviews, whether it was Replicon or guys that have done with George. To be very honest, I don't know a lot about George. I know that he helps run M&E. I know that he has a lot of inner dealings with M&E and the merch that goes on. But as far any more than that goes, I really couldn't tell you a lot about George myself. Just because I've never really myself like invested any time to really get anything to know about him. I mean, it's just, he doesn't, like, him being a part of, like, M&E really doesn't have anything to do with why I like M&E. I guess you could say, like, cool that he's helping manage it, good on him, but he's not the one making the music that I listen to, though. I mean, that's, you know, Twisted and, you know, Boondox and Blaze and Gorilla Voltage and Gmo Ski and R.O.C and AMB and I know I'm forgetting one. I'm drawing a blank on the last one. Gorilla Voltage and Young Wicked, which also is AMB. But yeah, like, I really more mess with M&E for the musical side. Like, I really don't get myself involved in the whole, like, M&E business. Same with Psy. Like, I really don't get myself involved with Psy's business. I'm really more down for Psy because of, you know, ICP and Light and Ouija. And then hopefully maybe some more Raidas and Lotus. Like, I bump a lot of the old Lotus and Raidas, probably like a lot of Juggalos do. And I would say, you know, for the most part, that's the biggest. I mean, Lotus is the #1 overall reason I hear on any side anybody chose to why they would like stuff to come back together is for Lotus. I've seen so many Juggalos, whatever side they chose or whether they chose one or not. That was, to me, it's been a big push to why I guess people would like to see the beef end is more Lotus. I'd like to see more Raidas too, because I always loved Raidas, Black Trucks, and band favorite songs. I know Raidas is kind of weird because it's like, you know, it kind of pushes the gang thing forward. But it, you know, it's satirical music. You know, they made up funny names like, you know, Lil Shank and stuff like that. You know, it's satire. You know, and I'm sorry for somebody that can't see that. You know, I mean, I just think it's dope because, like, I've always liked Raidas because they took, like, you know, mainstream songs and stuff and put the wicked shit on it. You know, the gangsta wicked shit on it. Of course, I love Lotus because, you know, Lotus brought together, you know, Juggalo messages like, you know, the whole, like, the whole dead, you know, bodies make me happy song. You know, I'll always have Juggalo family. You know, that message. You know, like, I'm hoping with like the light being shed, that whether or not, my thing is just put your stuff aside. Like, I put my stuff aside. Like, I've been very vocal about what I chose to do and where, you know, where I put myself and what I distinct myself as within all this. You know, I put that I'm neutral. What needs to happen is, like, we need to act as adults in all this. And we need to put this whole, you know, what you label yourself to side. You know, I'm all for you have pride for that. Like I said, I understand where certain people sit. Like, you're mad because such and such thing happened, and you would put your grit and tears and blood into this for 20 years sometimes, or, you know, more or less. And you feel really attached to all. So, when certain things went down, you know, i.e. Twisted, you know, not doing anything with the march, and then Mono coming forward and saying what he said some of these times that didn't come off so well. You know, I'll be the first to say it. I don't condone everything, you know, these people, you know, put out that they say. You know, I'll, you know, I might eventually get to speaking my mind about, you know, what I thought of these things in general. But yeah, I'm not gonna co-sign what anybody says 100%. You know, and I don't expect anybody to do that with me. but, you know, yeah, like, so, I just want people to be serious. Like, if you're gonna push this whole, like, you know, underground nudity thing, then stick to it. I guess what I'm getting sick of is you have you have people that are sitting, especially the ones that, like, they champion the march so hard. But then we had what happened to ECG Con that basically, really, if the FBI was looking at it, would almost just kind of go to show the opposite. Like, you went to the march, and then you did some what was preached at the march stuff. You know, so it seems kind of backwards to me. Like, if you're going to be so on this march message, then maybe the people that are championing the march so much themselves actually need to be the ones that step forward and be the bigger people and actually show the other juggalos here. Like, to me, I say if you're going to lead by example. Otherwise, maybe don't champion it so hard, because otherwise it just seems like, oh, I want to just, it's like claiming juggalo when you're convenient. Well, it's like just championing the march when it's convenient. You know, it's like, to me, if you're going to champion the march, you might as well act and conduct yourself like the things you are championing. Not go on live streams, you know, and say certain things that sound very, you know, like, gang-inspired. And yet you have people out here doing that. You know? And it's funny because, like, I find nobody's really calling it out. Like, they're just, oh, and the problem is because certain of those groups, they stand behind those people, so they don't want to call it out. You know? And honestly, as much as people might not like it, but that's why I feel like there needs to be more, like, Chuck-esque type people in this whole YouTube thing, because as far as I'm seeing it, there's a lot of 17%ers on YouTube. There needs to be a few more, like, you know, like neutrals and maybe even Twizzlers, because I'd say we already have our fill of 17%ers on this thing. Like, you guys, like, honestly, I'd say you guys got, like, shit, man. You guys got your quota. Like, I think you guys are good. I mean, which it's not going to stop it, too, because, I mean, it just really doesn't stop it. You know? I mean, I guess it is what it is, you know? For sure, you know? It really is. It is what it is. But that's just, I don't know, that's just my feelings on that whole thing. What you want. I just can't help but just come from, yeah, but come from the area of, you know, if you're gonna talk about the march and you're gonna champion the things, then act like it, you know? It's like, I mean, I hate to say it, because some people may not have liked it, but it's like the same thing CPN said. If you don't like a certain word, don't act like it. I'll take that thing myself. If you don't want to be called a certain word, don't act like it. So take that for what you want. I know that's not going to be a very popular opinion, but I'm not really known for putting popular opinions on here. You know, it just, you know, looking at it, I'm for this underground unity, but then there's gonna need certain factions that are gonna need to agree to it too. I'm all for it. To me, I feel like the people that actually need to get, like, down with this movement and good at this movement are the 17%ers and the Twizzlers, because I feel like those of us who play neutral, we've been the ones telling the 17%ers and the Twizzlers, oh, yo, can we really just leave this behind? Can we really just formulate a plan to get past this? And then it took, you know, some 17%ers getting into fights with, you know, some Twizzlers, you know, for like shed. So myself, take this how you want it, you know. I mean, if somebody wants to come forward and show me maybe there was some involvement with some people that were neutral in this whole thing, I'd love to see it. But as far as I'm seeing it, I didn't see anybody neutral involved in this. I only seen 17 percenters and Twizzlers involved in this. So to me, part of where the unity needs to come in is, you know, as far as shows and events go, at least. I mean, online, I guess that stuff's probably never going to stop, but it kind of sounds like then that people, you know, need to put, like, at least for the shows, it sounds like the Twizzlers and the 17 percenters kind of need to put their shit aside while at concerts and, you know, events, and put that shit aside. Otherwise, this stuff's going to keep happening, because now the 17, there are certain 17 percenters yeah, for sure. And it is, we can't go back from this now. We can only go forward. And that's, like, to me, this isn't me assigning blame to anybody. This is just me putting it how I see it. To me, I feel like if we are going to go forward with events and concerts and have it be cool for everybody, I feel like the two factions that need to work on putting their stuff aside the most are the 17 percenters with the Twizzlers. Like, yeah, I get it, you guys don't like each other. And then you have us, like, Canada, you know, Sweden-type juggalos that, like, we're neutral, and we've just kind of been sitting here on the sideline, just kind of watching everything, just kind of going, this is interesting. You know, like, I have the whole time, you know, I'm sitting watching all this, and I'm sitting here going, this is interesting. You know, and it makes me kind of glad, you know, that I haven't gone to any of these bigger events yet, because I kind of feel like I don't want to go to one till some of this is more, because I don't want to get brought into something myself that I really had nothing to do with. Yeah, I might have spoke my own opinion on it, but let's keep that on the internet, you know. I'm with CPN on that one, like, but let's keep the internet on the internet. Like, if everybody wants to be hard on the internet, cool. You know, if you don't agree with some of the stuff I'm saying on these videos, by all means, make a video, you know, put my channel name out there and tell me where you think I'm wrong, for sure. I'm super open to responses. You know, I get there's people that are going to agree with me, and I get there's going to be people that think I'm full of shit. And that's fine. You know, my view on everything isn't, you know, 100%, you know, the truth. I can't make, you know, what I say gold. It doesn't work like that. It's, you know, these are my opinions. Take them for what you want. I'm just simply, you know, putting this out there. This one I am gonna leave up. I mean, I guess you guys just do with it what you will. It's just really where I sit. I guess quickly, just to talk about some of the other stuff I was going to, because I kind of got into a ramble like I did last time, but it's okay. Boondox's new CD out, otherwise known as Turncoat Dirty, Dirty Days and Night. You guys go, I implore you, go check that out. Like I said and last time, hey, no, yeah, no, exactly, nigger, you got it, man. You for real can't bullshit a bullshitter, so I feel you there, for sure. You know, that's why I tell people, like, you know, whether you like watching what I do or not, you know, that's a subjective thing. I do not claim at all that the things I say on here, there might be truth in my opinion, and that just is what it is. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, go check that out. It's been out. Dope cover. Songs are super good. Honestly, was kind of more what I was looking for out of the murder that I feel like we never got. If you like more Crimson Creek, like Pumpkinhead, old school Boondox, go check out the new Turncoat Dirty. It's on YouTube and other platforms. for sure. All all the luck to ABK on his new tour. Last year there were people complaining about what stuff with him. He made 2 feature CDs that were both really good. I listened to both, some of the stuff on both of them. Thought he killed it. As far as like the new project he's working on, yeah, I know there's some people anticipatingly waiting. I am myself too. I'd love to see a new CD from ABK. I know for some people he's kind of weird with the list, but I honestly think he's a dope rapper. Mudface was my favorite CD from him. He killed it on that CD. Another one of my songs that I really like, even though it's odd that I like it, Last Chance, is a really dope song. But yeah, for sure, I gotta go check out what he's doing. He's gonna be on tour. Make sure if he's around where you're at, that's one thing I'll kind of champion, that Chuck does champion, is, man, if you guys are about this underground, go check these shows out. I got fortunate enough, a GMO show came to my area. I went and checked that out. You guys can see that I got a shout out from GMO Ski. Whether you like GMO Ski or not, cool. I do, regardless of everything he's gotten himself involved in. To me, like, that doesn't go against his music. I don't agree with everything he does personally, but I like his music. I'm looking forward to Charlie and the Phil's Factory from a musical perspective. I think the guy makes good music. And, and as far as, like, the dissing goes, it was one song. Like, he's got a catalog full of other music. If you're only gonna sit and look at one song he did, then to me you're being closed-minded. Now, if you sit and look at some of his other work and you don't like it, cool, but I just feel like there's people out there just hating on him just for personal reasons. And I don't even feel like a lot of people know him personally to even hate on him like that. Like, you know his personal business, but yet you don't know him personally, but yet you're still hating on him. Like, let him do something to you personally to hate on him. Like, that's where I think people take, like, this underground stuff way too far, is they hate on certain bands or rappers because of one song they did, or one thing that they got caught up in the news, and then they want to sensationalize it and just keep pushing it further and further, and then it's got nothing to do with them, just like, just like Otis and Samantha, their business really wasn't ours either. I agree with that. Like, that wasn't our business. We got ourselves involved with that. Just like, the Juggalos got, that's the one thing I hope, Emily and, Psychopathic learned out of all this is I hope they've seen now that they have such a gathering of fans and a fan base now that their impact on the world has turned real world, in the sense that they have a very big following of fans, and unfortunately what's going on, even in their personal lives, even if we shouldn't get involved in it, unfortunately, as Juggalos we do, and we have opinions on those things that go on in their personal lives, unfortunately, and we made it part of the culture, fortunately. And, everybody's talking about this stuff, even if it is their personal business. It just goes to show that it's like, the stuff gets out there, and, that's where I feel like certain of these people, like Violent J, and, Mono or Madrox, or some of these other people, like, or Shaggy or something like that. I do kind of feel like maybe it would be good, I think, if they involved themselves to start making statements like, listen, just because you guys, take what's going on in our personal life and make it part of your business doesn't mean you should. Like, I think it's bad that it's... Yeah, no, me too, nigger, me too. That's, and see, and that's the thing too, is the stuff got leaked too, It's so it's just like, I can't just say it like it was, nosy Juggalos or whoop whoop. But yeah, I just, but I do like, and that's why I'm glad, like, Jump Steady made a statement, he said he went and talked to certain people, and now, like they're aware. Um, Not, well, just honestly, just kind of me rambling on and on about, like, what happened at DCG Con, kind of putting forward my outlook on everything, and just kind of like kind of my attitude on how things have been in general the past couple of months with, like, certain things. I'm just kind of voicing my opinion. Like I said, people can do with it what they want. Uh, you know, I realize I'm not as big of a part of this, like, whole Juggalo YouTube community as I was. Like I said, I plan on doing, like, a live stream and maybe a short video. So 2 videos a week. Um, just because I've figured out my work schedule a little more to where I can. I'm gonna, like I said, try to maybe start doing more interviews with Underground Wicked Radio. You guys for sure go check them out. My boy DJ Snickers and my boy DJ Raz. They do a few interviews a week. Yeah, yeah, no, I addressed that. I said that myself. Like, if people are gonna sit and say they want, this whole underground unity stuff, and the people out there saying they want the beef to stop, then they need to act like it. Then they need, like, people need to just stop talking about it, and they need to start, like, instead of stop talking about it, they need to start doing about it. I guess is a sloppy way to put it. Action instead of words, because talk is cheap. And like I've said, unfortunately, we had to have certain things take place for the bigger outlook on everything being, psychopathic and M&E to, really catch light of it all. Even though I don't see how you couldn't just, yeah, exactly, don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. I do, like, that. Yeah, there is that problem that there's the e-thugging and stuff like that, and it needs to stop because that reflects on us. It does. Like, that's why I said with the whole march thing is, it's like, if you're gonna champion the march, then stand behind those convictions that were part of the march. If you're just gonna go and on your own live stream, I get it's your own live stream. That's fine. But then you're gonna go and you're almost doing things and saying things and acting like that, just kind of shows, like, that, like, that maybe the label wasn't so bad. Like, maybe the label fit. Like, with certain people, I kind of do. It's the situation of if the shoe fits, wear it. Like, I hate to say it. Like, myself, I don't have to feel bad on any of it because, yeah, yeah, no, it's not. No, I mean, like, I I don't. Yeah, no, it's separate. Like, we should definitely be separating the music to, like, how how we conduct ourselves, like, here, like, on YouTube. Like, I'm all for you having pride with certain people who make music, but there's taking it too far in my eyes. And yeah, that needs to be held in account. Like, I'm all down with you're down to you're down to like whoever you like. That's cool. I'm all for that. You know, like whatever music you like, for sure. But okay, my bad about that. Yeah, like, you're all like, I'm Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's the problem, is it's like now words and, people saying stuff on the internet is like, I went through this, yeah, like, it's now turning into real life. And, I wish this would have been realized sooner. Like, I was afraid of, like, from the very beginning, because I'm a very perceptive person myself. Like, I have a very uncanny ability to just kind of look at the facts and evidence of stuff. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, and it's, props out to the ones who have been trying to, really, I guess, you know, put forward a, a line of thinking and reasoning to, towards people, to sit and actually have talks with people. Like, I do think more discussions are good. I think discussions are good. You know, getting people into a hangout or a room. I think juggalos need to do it too. And even if you don't agree with someone, sit and have an exchange of ideas. And then if you just don't agree, you just don't agree. And you try to move forward to a topic that maybe you can come to find. Yeah, exactly, debate it, discuss it, yeah, Like, it's what the juggalos need to do. Because I don't feel like it's going on. Like, you have people that, they run channels, and, like, they're just kind of talking about their side of it. And once in a while, maybe they have people on that kind of disagree with them. But it's never like, it's never like they're adversely, like, they're adversely on the other side. Now, to be fair to some people, like, the other side of them really doesn't want to come onto their shows, to be fair, and they deserve credit there. Like, there needs to be the willingness of the other side to actually go to that other side and go, well, I'm willing to have the discussion about this. But to be fair, whoever it may be, they're not willing to go and have that discussion. So to be fair, not everybody's willing to have the discussion, which is unfortunate, because that's how we move forward, is with the exchange of ideas. Now everybody's not going to agree on the same thing, where we're, obviously, we see that. And unfortunately, yeah, and it's like, like I've been saying, to move forward, we need, just like I said, events and concerts, people need to put it aside, Like, when I went to the concert, yeah, it's a little different from being neutral, but it was just like, I wasn't going to go out of my way just because I was supporting Gmo, that if I seen somebody wearing an ICP shirt, that I would have went up to them and been like, oh, why you wearing this ICP shirt to this Sess Crew and Gmo show? I'd have just been like, cool, you like ICP, so do I. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have gone out of my way. But then again, I wouldn't have gone, because I'm not like on a fringe side, though. Like, I could just kind of go to any concert, and I really wouldn't care what you were wearing or who you rep for, because honestly, I'm probably cool with those people too, unless I'm not. But for the most part, a lot of these underground, I'm for a lot of these underground rappers. Like I said, I'm into, Psy, M&E, beyond that, LSP, SKR, what's left of it. No, it doesn't, yeah. I mean, it doesn't at all. Like, I mean, for me, at least the guidelines were always, one, be yourself. Two, love the fam. Three, respect the fam. And I guess four, the looser guideline was, listen to the music. And, I guess try to understand the message. But, yeah, the older school look at, back when I got into it, you didn't necessarily have to listen to the music, but I guess from my standpoint, I guess I don't really see the point of being a juggalo if you don't listen to some of the music. Like, I've met people that don't like ICP or Twisted or any of that. Like, I used to talk to this dude way back on MySpace. He was a metalhead, and he couldn't stand ICP or Twisted, but he loved juggalos. Like, he claimed himself as a juggalo, because, he was himself, and he loved the fam, and he respected the fam. So people still had juggalo love for him, because they still considered him a juggalo. Whereas you have more staunch people that are like, well, you can't juggalo and without liking ICP. I don't necessarily agree with that. People think this might be an unpopular opinion, but to me, you could say just like Twisted and still be a juggalo. You don't have to like ICP to be a juggalo. To me, to a little bit of a point, do I think it doesn't make sense? Yes. But, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I prefer the more old school way to looking at it. Like, you don't necessarily have to listen. To me, it's all about be yourself, love the fam, and respect the fam. If you can do those three things, I would consider you a juggalo. To me, does listening to the music help? Because there's the message, and there's a lot of juggalos that congregate around that message, or they congregate around the music, and they've let the music bring them together, and unfortunately, we've let the music divide us. I don't think that's as big of a requirement. To me, the three big things have always been be yourself, love the fam, and respect the fam. As long as you can do that, I would consider you a juggalo. Now, would I find it easier myself, to probably be around you and get along with you if you listen to the music, just because we could have discussions about the music and find a sort of, friendship out of the music? Cool. Sure. But I don't feel like I don't really feel like, I feel like that's kind of like one thing that's kind of, is everybody, you have a lot of people sitting there trying to go, oh, well, no, this is what I think the guidelines are. And to me, the guidelines have always really just been that simple. Yeah, well, yeah, unfortunately, stuff I feel like gets lost in translation. That's what I feel that is, or either that, or, I hate to say it, but it's people get too fanatic with it. Like, I kind of feel like, to a point, and to anybody that, I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, really. I know that sounds odd, because I kind of just usually have the I don't give a fuck attitude with it, but as far as, like, as far as, to me, there's taking it too far, I guess. Like, you taking the juggalo thing too far. Like, some people, like, that's why the last stream, unfortunately, yeah, I took it down, but if you guys did notice that stream, I kind of went into some bits and pieces about me personally. It's not to say I wouldn't talk about it again, but I really shed more of a light on more me as a person, and I really think that's what more people need to try to, like, understand and run with is, being a juggalo shouldn't be 100% of your life. There should be other things that make you up than, like, just being a juggalo. There should be, you should have more of a makeup than just, oh, my whole life's about, being a jug warrior. Yeah, you're jugging too hard then. Just, like, Like, tone it down a bit. Like, it's cool if you got jug pride, cool. So do I, you know. That's why I got it tattooed on me. I'll die with the jug pride, you know, for sure. Yeah, exactly. And to me, like, that's where people lose sight of it. Is it's like being part of being a juggalo is being yourself, you know, being accepted for who you are despite what the mainstream thinks. That's the whole point. And I feel like some people just take it too far. It's like there should be more to your life than being a juggalo. You know, to me, being a juggalo should be about, like, I don't know, like, maybe at most 20% of your life, if that. You know, you should have other things that make you up, whether it's your religion, what your view in politics is, your hobbies, um, you know, what you aspire, you know, to do further in life, stuff like that. Like, there should just be so much more than just, you know, the dark carnival in your life. And I think that's where people lose sight of it, is like some people just get so jugged out that it's just like, oh man, juggalo, juggalo, you know, all this, that. There's more to the world than juggalo stuff, you know, for real. And I think that's what people lose sight of, is they get their mind so warped into just this narrow path of, man, I need to jug hard for the jug life. And it's just like you're jugging too hard. Slow down, bro. Like, sip your fago, and, you know, I don't know, you know, like, find something else to get interested in, you know. Like, for real. um I am, you know, I'm all about this juggle life, I am, but I feel like some people take it way too far. And unfortunately, like I said, we learned that, unfortunately, the hard way. But yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, and that's what I love about juggalos, is like, you know, they're bound to take in and make friendships and, like, more outcast-ish type people. I have spoken to tons of juggalos that said, you know, man, before finding this juggalo family, before finding certain juggalos, like, I really didn't feel like I had people supporting me or have my back in life. And then, you know, I found this wicked dark carnival stuff, and, you know, oh yeah, for sure, says Knack. I agree with that. Yeah, I work for a living, by the way, too. So, just so you know that. And I'm not the only one that, you know, sits in front of a camera for an hour and a half. I dare say some of the people, you know, you like yourself, do the same thing. So, yeah. Yeah, I do. I've never denied that. So, I mean, I guess what's your point? I mean, what next? You gonna call me fat, retarded? I mean, please, like, if the keyboard warriors want to come up in here, please, too, like, leave comments. Call me fat, gay, whatever 8th grade response you want. I'm open to it. Please tell me more. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just take your insults from you? Well, yeah, they are. I mean, that's the whole. I mean, that's the whole reason behind people. I stand behind it. I still do. I stand behind it. There's the reason you have keyboard warriors is because they're not happy with their own life. Because if you were happy with your own life, and you really had something to do with your own life, you wouldn't be on somebody's live stream that's got 140 subscribers, saying dumb shit. But for the sheer fact that you're, even dipping in for a minute or two, kind of just shows what kind of life you have. Yeah, I'll say the same thing about me, myself. Yeah, I'm sitting here just kind of taking a break from work, just kind of doing this, just kind of sitting doing nothing, doing this. But I could admit that. There's the difference. Plus, at least I can come up on camera. Well, I mean, thanks for coming by, Siznak. If you interpret what I'm saying as shit, good for you. That's fine. I haven't, I mean, I'm gonna leave this up here. You guys can rewatch it. I will leave this one up here for sure. I won't take this live stream down, so, like, you know. Oh, us is the Juggernaut, or is now, like I'm calling it, take it for how you want it, they should just call it 17, and that's what they should call it. It's called Juggernaut. It's on a Discord. People congregate in a Discord, and they 17 it up, even though it's 2018. We're 17 plus now, I guess. We're 17 plus 1, however people are calling it now. No, I like I said, it's that Discord was cool. Juggernaut was cool when it was Juggernaut, and then, it came under some new managers. One of them being Maximum Overlord. I'll say that's just fine. Like I said before, I have the screenshots of the talk me and Max said. So, I told him that I'm glad he kicked me out because he basically turned it into, a 17%er, echo chamber, and that's what it is. And that's why I'm glad not to be a part of it anymore. Because I don't want to be part of a 17%er echo chamber. Because I'm not a 17%er. And like I said, I have nothing against anybody who is. If your convictions are that of you're riding with ICP for whatever reason, then cool. Just like if you're a Twizzler and you don't like ICP, that's your convictions, fine. I'm not sitting here out here telling anybody you need to come be neutral, like come be some neutral Canada type juggalo with, like, as me. I'm not saying that. So I don't want anybody to get that twisted. Whatever style you chose, cool. I really don't care. I'm not pulling any punches. Like, you want to see what I said? It'll all still be here. I'll leave it up. Last time, I deleted the last one because into some of my inner dealings about myself as a person, and I just figured there's other channels where you can find that out about with me. I mean, shit, I'll even shout it out on here, even though I wasn't really trying to. If you want to know more as me as a person, to where like it kind of got with that other live stream, I have another channel called The Blunt Atheist. You can go watch that channel too. It's got me ranting and saying different stuff, talking about like my religion and stuff like that. Like, I deleted I deleted that one because it's just like, that was really more a stream. Like, Papa had jumped in and me and him were talking about stuff, and I just, I just figured that for whoever was in there for that one, cool. You got to see a different side of me than just, talking about juggalo stuff. What up, Static? But yeah, I'm not, I'm not. I mean, like I said, everybody can take for what I'm saying for what they want. I mean, people, there's, Like, I mean, I kind of feel like, in a sense, like I've said it before, you know, like, I have opinions that people don't like. So do CPN, so do Chuck Reeves. You know, it's just that simple. And, you know, and unlike some people, everybody's more than welcome to come in here and say what they want. That's fine. Don't expect me to get triggered and spurg out like some of these other people. Like, you're not gonna get to me as easily. Like, all this little petty stuff. I don't care. Because here's the thing. I'll admit to whatever you bring up if it's true. I'm not out to hide, like, my personal life and stuff like that. If you bring out something to say and it's true, then it's true. You're not gonna see me lose it and go keyboard warrior in real life in front of the camera. That's just not gonna happen. You know? I mean, I guess good luck for trying, but you still see a smile on my face and me laughing, so you're not getting to me. Your 17% of rhetoric doesn't work here. I mean, if you're looking to, trigger someone and watch them spurg out, I'm not the channel. That stuff might work with Chuck, but not me. All you're going to get out of me is a smile and a laugh, and maybe that I'm just going to confirm whatever you said. So, that is what it is. Yeah, thanks, Static. Yeah, I mean, you guys, yeah, I mean, if you're rolling with the 17%, if you want a 17, I'll say it, go hit up Static Beats, go hit up Siznak, you know, CPN, Crazy McCormick, Don Chaos, somebody like that, Carnival Spirits. They'll get you a link to the Juggernaut. You guys go have fun in there, 17 it up, sit and share pictures. What up? Yeah, you know, there you go. We even got CPN up in here. How about that? I feel a little privileged, I won't lie. But yeah, like, I'm not against you guys. Want a 17? Cool. 17, and, you know, it's all good. Like, I don't, you know, I know it kind of seems like I'm in my feelings about this whole Juggernaut thing, but I'm not. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's under new management, and that management is, like I said, churned it into a 17% echo chamber that I no longer want to be a part of, even if I was allowed back in. You know? Oh, what up, Marcus? You must be part of the trying to come rustle my Jimmy squad. Y'all come on through. It's cool. Give me more views. Give me more comments. It'll only help my analytics. Not that I even care anymore. Honestly, like I said with the Crimson video, if my YouTube went down tomorrow, I'd give two shits and a fuck. I really don't care. I mean, I'm really just on here for the people that expressed certain views to me on Facebook and otherwise hitting me up going, well, we kind of miss your content, so you should try to make like at least a video a week. So now I'm doing these live streams. Yeah, for real. I mean, yeah, the Juggernauties welcome me here. You guys are welcome in here, even if I'm not in there. Awesome, you know. I mean, my suggestion would just be like, call it 17 in instead. It'd be the better name. It really would, because that's really what it's all about up in there. Oh, does he, Ryan? Okay, well, thanks for the information. I'm glad you guys feel that way. Well, CPN, I don't want to get on your level. I'm good with the camera on my phone. I'm not sitting here trying to, you know, have the green screen and all that. If I wanted a green screen and I wanted, you know, all that, I can do that with my laptop now, actually. I can get OBS and all that stuff. Actually, I don't have any. Actually, I don't have any sort of feelings on BBS. And like I said, I thought their "Slap a Ho" song sucked. So, these things about people like wanting to say like what my feelings are on BBS and they're not me. I guess whatever. Um, I don't. You're gonna sit and want to talk for me, but it's not gonna count. The only one that talks for Big Ninja is Big Ninja. So whatever you guys heard, cool. Um, I'm sure you know I like BBS. I don't like you. Like what is it? Like what is it? What does it matter? Like who cares? I mean, even if I did like them, like what would it matter? Like, and if I did like them, it'd be musically. I don't condone their actions. I mean, I'll be fair about it. I've heard 3 songs I like. One of them was with Mad Child on a CD they did like 3 CDs ago. So I listened to their music like a year ago. Way before like any of this happened. So I mean, I don't like, I don't know what you like. I don't like, I don't know. This is like, I don't know. It's just become awesome because it's like the shit show has hit the Big Ninja stream. No, CPN, I don't support people throwing rocks at anybody. I've made my statements on this. I don't condone what happened at DCG Con. If I was in support of that, I would just come out and say I was in support of it. I think you guys have me. I think you guys have me like confused with Chuck Reeves. I'm not Chuck Reeves. I mean, I know there's some of you out there that, because of certain videos, I make, that probably want to like put me into the whole like 17%er category, but I'm not a 17%er. And I'm not a Twizzler either. I make videos where people think, oh, you're a Twizzler. No, I'm not. Okay, Max, I didn't say I was boys with them. Why do you keep inferring that I am? To me, it seems like you guys are the ones that have a boner for BBS. Like, not me. Like, the only reason I'm even talking about any of this is because it's happened. I'm just giving my opinion on it. Just like Chuck gave his opinion, and just like CPN gave his opinion. That's all I'm sitting up here doing. It's just giving my opinion on all this. What you guys are gonna do with my opinion's up to you. That's fine. I'll say what I said before. I don't condone what BBS did or had put together at DCG Con. I had friends there. Brooklyn Menace. I'm friends with Brooklyn Menace. He was there. I didn't want to see anything happen to him. My boy Sid Jones. Sid Jones was there. I didn't want anything to happen to him. I didn't want anything to happen to anybody. I just mentioned those two because I get along with those two quite well. Oh, okay. But that's the thing. I'm not with BBS. I've listened to a few of their songs, like I said. No, I'm not joining any gang. But yeah, no, I just simply came up on here to express like my opinions on this whole matter. Like I said, you guys can do with them what you want. Nah, Ryan, I'm good. Thanks for the offer, though, man. If you're not offering, cool, whatever. I don't get you guys. I mean, if somebody thinks this is me triggered, you're wrong. This isn't me triggered. You know, I haven't rage quit. I'm still up on here. Guys are still. I haven't banned anyone. No, they don't all. I'll get some fake ice cream from McDonald's. Well, thanks, Ryan. Remember what? What are we remembering, Static? Enlighten me. But yeah, like I said, I'm for this underground unity. There's obviously going to be certain steps to be taken. I understand. I understand. I understand. What set? I don't, Max. I don't claim a set. You got real like good for you, says Knack. Awesome. I will, Papa. I will. I'll get around to doing that when I get off of doing this. I'm enjoying this the Spurg Fest right now. Honestly, I'm enjoying the lovely comments I'm getting. It's quite awesome. I haven't, I'll admit it. I've never had this many people on one of my live streams. I can admit that. I have a small, meager channel. I'm not shook. Why are you guys shook? I could ask you the same thing. Yes, the Razor is a phone. Hell yeah. Obama, he hooked me up. Oh, no, no, I'm good on it. You guys can keep 17 and you guys should just call it 17 and I think that's what Static and Max should call it now. 17 and because that's what it is. It's the 17% echo chamber. I'll say it again. And I'm glad to be gone from it. I mean, I'll miss some of the memes. The memes were kind of funny. The memes were kind of funny. But all the whole 17 and talk, I don't miss it. No, I work for myself. Well, good for you, Static. I'm glad you guys are 17 and it up in there. You guys 17 it up for me. Okay, I didn't, but I mean, cool for having that opinion. No, I mean, I was original. I originally joined it because Static had made it, and it was just kind of more of like a free for all of just juggalos. I mean, people were just. What are you talking about, Warlock side? If I was doing that, I would have just admitted to that. But no, me and her are friends. I mean, I don't know what she inferred, but that was never the case. I mean, if that's what I was trying to do, then I would just say that's what I was trying to do. I'm pretty... I didn't do anything to her. We had a conversation. Maybe she left because it got a little too 17 in there too. But maybe that's not a lookout on it that we want to like. to see. I mean, because from what I heard, just more than me got kicked out. So, and just like for the people that have left, they, you know, they left for whatever reason. I mean, I don't have time for this, you know, in between shit. Like, I'm just gonna just tell it how it is. Like, you want my, you know, my truth on a matter, I'll just tell you. But yeah, no, like I said, I mean, for everybody that came in here, you know, thanks. glad, glad, you know, glad, glad whatever I was saying had enough. Okay, I mean, thanks, CPN, even though I really didn't talk. I really didn't even talk back. I really didn't even talk to, like, a lot of people in there. Honestly, like, see, there's a huge reason I'm not really upset about being kicked out, because, you know, I don't... Okay, Flannel, again, I don't know where all this stuff with Miss Moon is coming from. Like, we had a conversation that Static was a part of for a bit, and we, like, I'll even say it, we were talking about weed and stuff in the gathering. Like, there was nothing sexual about it. Okay, thanks CPN. Thanks for that news. Awesome. Cool. I don't know who King Dave is. Yeah, for real. I shout out to the Juggernaut, even with me not being a part of it. Like I said, you guys go hit up whoever for the link if you guys want to 17 it up. Awesome. Yeah, we should have each other's backs. That's the point of Hello Family. That's why I said I'm all for this whole underground unity. It's just who else is for it? I'm all for it. I would very much like to be able to go to events and shows and just be able to, you know, kick it with everybody, like Sid Jones did with everybody. Yeah, no, I feel that Warlock side. Yeah, and I'm down. I get that. And to me, that's the bigger visual point of what all this should be, is we should look at what we have in common, which is that we're juggalos. If we're going to get past all this stuff, that's what people need to do, is remember what united us. That's what I'm trying to champion. You know, that was one thing I was very proud about with the march, is that people, you know, came forward and showed the rest of the world that, you know, a group of people could come together in unity and peacefully come together and march and show people that we can conduct ourselves like reasonable adults, and we can peacefully get our voices out there and want to be heard, you know, for what we want to be heard for, and disagree with what was just, you know, being put on us with, like, just, you know, baseless accusations, like the gang label. You know, I go along with the whole thing of the few bad seeds. That's the way I look at it. There's a good portion of us, we're not in gang. How about no? How about you go get your mom on camera, Siznak? How about you do a live stream? You see my face on camera right now. There's the difference. You like to just be in people's chats. Which, I mean, I guess good on you for it. Awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it when you were trolling Chuck. Yeah, Captain Flannel, I've seen both you and Siznek on streams, but I'm just saying, like, you don't ever see Siznek from his channel, like, doing a live stream. That's fine. I mean, I'm just saying he wants to call out people that are on camera who are putting their face forward in all this. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't care who does videos and doesn't. Like, if you're a juggalo and you want to keep in the background, cool. No, you guys, I mean, thanks for the request, but no. Nah, I mean, you guys, awesome for the questions, but no, I'm good on that. Well, she's not at your house either, Captain Flannel, and you like to flirt with her even though you're married, which is some sorry shit. Maybe somebody should inform your wife. Siznak, he's doing his own thing too. Being there, like, yeah, my intermediate family isn't part of my live streaming. Sorry, all you get is Big Ninja. But like I said, well, yeah, Captain, dude, I didn't say I was gonna say anything to your wife, bro. I just said if I would have wanted, I don't even know your wife like that. There's the thing, dude. I just simply said, like, people are wanting, like, I love it, like, people, like, you know, people want to say stuff, but then I say something that's like, oh no, I took it too far, though. It's all good till Big Ninja says something that goes too far, and then we need to be against Big Ninja. So it's like the rules only apply to Big Ninja. Funny how that works. No, Captain, that wasn't no, that was just me saying, like, dude, we don't even know each other we don't even know each other like that. Honestly, you pretended to be my friend. We'll just put it out there like that, because I know it was you that told Max that said that I had some video about BBS anyways. Where is... No, man, like, okay, everybody, like, I was really never friends with anybody on that Discord. Okay, where's my video? Okay, somebody show me this video I made about BBS. Because you're not going to find a single video on my channel that has the title of BBS in it. And if I did talk about BBS, It was like 3-4 months ago before this even happened. So I don't get why everybody wants to keep bringing that up. Like, no, Captain, here's the thing. Static told me that you told Maximum Overlord that, well, thanks for Lockside. You guys, you know, thanks for the present, cool. Okay, I might have mentioned BBS in a video, but you will not find a video that's solely about BBS in my whole collection of videos. I'm simply saying, Static told me that you said something to Maximum Overload. He didn't say what, he just said you said something about a video or something. I'm just simply relaying. That's all that was said. So you can ask Static about what he told me about you. No, I've never promoted for BBS. Like I said, I might have made a video that I talked about the fact that I'd maybe listened to a few of their songs and maybe liked a few of their songs. But I don't see how that, you know, progresses into, like, I'm riding with them or that I'm even fans of them. You can like a few songs from somebody and not even be their fan. Yeah, I said that a few days ago in light of what happened at DCG Con. But that doesn't mean I support them. I have been saying over and over, I don't condone what they did at DCG Con. I've now made 3 videos saying that. Captain, I'm not trying to start shit between anybody. If you guys get into some kind of interpersonal argument on Juggernaut because all this, that's not my fault. It's up to you guys to keep cool with each other. I'm not part of Juggernaut anymore. Yeah, because everybody came up into my live stream saying shit. So I addressed some of what they were saying. Yeah, Siznog brought them. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. Look at it how you want. Did I coon? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did. No, yeah, I'm not gonna. No, she's not. She's in Ohio, wherever she is in Ohio. That's fine. See, I don't even get like I don't even get why it was brought up. Me and her were only ever just friends. And her, oh, okay. I I started talking about whatever I did because people came in and started asking me questions. So now I'm answering questions. I mean, if you guys were Lockside, I don't care. I was never interested in her like that anyways. I don't see where you guys are just coming up with these inferences that are just based on, I mean, like, you're just pulling these out of your ass. Like, I don't get, like, this stuff's just coming out of nowhere. It's interesting. Okay, Captain, all I said about you was, like I said, that Static had told me because I wanted to know the reason why I got kicked off. And all Static had told me was that you were involved with it because you had spoke to, you know, Maximum. That's all that was. And as far as, like, what I just said, yeah, I said that because, you know, I'll admit this right now. Yes, that's maybe something I should have hashed out with you in person. I'll admit that. Like, take this for No, I didn't block you, Flannel. I don't block people. I'm not Chuck. Well, thanks, Captain. Have whatever view you want. It's okay for everybody else to talk about it, but not me. I get it. The rules only apply to Big Ninja. I get it. Everybody else talks about it. Nobody bats an eye, but Big Ninja does it. And, oh shit, we all better lose it. Nah, Flannel. Take it like this, man. You know, if I went too far with that, I'm sorry. Where that came from was a place of hostility that I've had because, like I said, Static had mentioned your name, and I didn't do the better person thing and just come to you personally, even though I could have, and just hashed it out with you. That's my bad. So what that is, I'll admit that. That's me being in my feelings about the fact that me and you got along once. And then I hear Static tell me that you say something to Maximum that gets me kicked out of Juggernaut. And then here we are. Okay, I'm just passing along the message I got. If you and Static are good friends, you guys will work that out. No, okay. No, Captain, I'm not trying to blame you. You can ask Static. Static, your name was mentioned. That's all I'm saying. This isn't me trying to create extra. This is just me simply putting out my version of events. You guys are the ones taking this beyond everything. Well, I mean, hey, listen. I mean, if this stream ruined me for everybody, okay, I'm willing to die on that sword. I'm sorry my opinions were that hurtful. My intention in this wasn't ever to, like, my intention in this wasn't ever to, like, have this go this far, like, this far out into the, the Twilight Zone. But then again, I'm not gonna... Hey, no, Warlock say, listen, man, bro, I can take a joke. Hey, Static, or not Static, but Captain Flannel, man. Hey, I just said, dude, listen, I just said it myself. I'll say it again. Listen, This was a conversation I had, should have had just between me and you. Me and you should have hashed this out one-on-one. Yeah, dude, I can take a joke. If I couldn't take a joke, I'd have rage quit an hour ago. Yeah, okay, yeah, and my bad. And like I say, I'm saying I was in the wrong for that. Yeah, I took it further than I needed to. I'll admit that. Like I said, it was a buildup of emotion. Because like I said, back when Juggernauty was Juggernauty, me and you were cool. Hell, me and you were the ones that one day that actually told CPN, yo, listen, we're cool if you guys, want to 17 it up, but not everybody in here is gonna hold the view of, the same as everybody does. Me and you have that in common. Plus we both lived in the country. No, no, I haven't, Siznak. But I mean, thanks for the rumor, though. No, I don't. I just, hey, like I said, I mean, yeah, I went, shots fired. I went too far. What can I say? I'll apologize from it, and I won't mention it again. Sorry it got like that. No, I don't even live in Chicago. I don't get what you guys are talking about, this Chicago stuff. I guess nice, like, troll. Cool. Yeah, no, I know. I understand that, man. I understand where you are upset. I totally understand that. Like I said, I went too far with it. I mean, I'm the type of person that, unfortunately, kind of once, once stuff's kind of, flying, it gets to flying. I shouldn't have brought it to that level, and unfortunately I did. But I explained, I'm not, it's not condoning that I did it. Okay, Big Bad Wolf, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know. I wouldn't really say. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been through, MK Ultra or anything like that. And to be fair, like, not everything Kanye's saying is probably necessarily wrong, though. No, flannel, dude. Listen, dude. Hey, yeah, I take it. Thanks, guys. I'll join Sid in that brigade. The Big Ninja and Sid Take It brigade. Cool. No, Captain, it's not even like that, bro. I'm sorry I even brought it up. Like, it's really none of my concern. Like, whoever you flirt with in your own meantime, that's up to you. Well, thanks, Siznak. No, hey, Captain, that's fine, dude. That's, it's all good, dude. If I really cared that much, I would have already said something. Okay, If I wanted it, I would have just got it myself. Well, thanks, Siznak. I mean, like I said, I'm not really too invested into this YouTube stuff. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm gonna come up on here probably once a week. Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. I mean, it is what. Yeah, I know she is. Thus why I didn't really put into any energy into really pursuing anything with her. That's why we were just friends. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't like I said. I don't really care either way. It is. Well, thanks, Siznak. Awesome. That's cool. I mean, I guess, yeah, nah. No, I don't have anything bad to say about Moon. If I did, I'd just say it to her. Yeah, I get along with Fair. I do live streams with her. I'm not gonna, like, pretend I don't. I do. Actually, we have pretty cool discussions in there because it's stuff other than Juggalo stuff. It's actually refreshing to actually talk about something other than Juggalo stuff. Like, stuff that actually applies to the world. You know, politics and stuff like that. Stuff that has a more real world impact than, you know, Juggalo stuff. Okay, I mean, I will continue to have discussions with her, that's fine. Just like if Moon wanted to keep having discussions with me, she can find a way other than Discord to do that. If she doesn't want to, that's all up to her. I mean, obviously, you guys are the ones with the bigger fascination with it all than me. Because I didn't bring it up. Like, she's fam, she's cool. The last talk we had was an interesting one. I like her outlook on the Juggalo family. Yeah, thanks, Static. I'll take the blame. Yup, Big Ninja started it all. It's all Big Ninja's fault. You guys can blame me. Hashtag blame Big Ninja. Let's get that trending. Hashtag blame Big Ninja. I want to see that in CPN's chat. You guys can say I take it like Sid. You guys can blame me. Yep, you guys know it. I'm from the 100s. Yep. Cabrini Green. Yep. I divided everybody. Hashtag Big Ninja divided everybody. It's all Big Ninja's fault. Okay, well, thanks, Siznak. I'll remember that. Yeah, Big Ninja shut down the con. That's right. I wasn't even there, but I shut it down. It was all Big Ninja. I was thousands of miles away, and I shut down the con. I don't want my name to appear. I don't care for my name to appear. I'm not in this YouTube thing for fame. Yeah, I know, crazy. I know. I jugged too hard here, and man, you know, it rippled, and then it hit the con. So my bad, guys. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Hashtag Big Ninja can't take a joke. Oh, Captain, dude, if you wanna like think I'm not one, cool. I guess I'll have this in common with Chuck Reeves. I'm a juggalo whether you like it or not. But no, I mean, you guys, thanks for coming in. It's certainly been a interesting live stream. I certainly can I flannel? Thanks. That was a joke. That was a joke, right? Wink, wink, wink. Since we're all joking in here, right? I love how the jokes kind of could be misconstrued for other things, though. It's fine, no. I mean, like I said, all jokes are welcome. Like I said, you know, Big Ninja takes it. You know, Big Ninja shut down the con. Hashtag blame Big Ninja. No, actually, I don't. Beyond that, beard love. You know, Flip Flop seems to like feet. So you guys can take your foot stuff to him. Looks like he'd be down with it. Hey, I mean, no, I don't remember Static. Don't have any snow to their Warlock side. Hey, no, and yeah, and you guys ain't got a lie, and neither do I. Yeah, Red was there. I mean, I pointed that out myself. Like, the things you say on the internet can be recorded and saved. I'm very cognizant of this fact. Crazy. I'm not either. I got lost about an hour ago. I mean, Ciznat came in, and it's been a shitstorm ever since. Oh, Warlock say no. I'm good on that. Thanks, man. Like I said, you guys can have fun 17ing. I'm good. Yeah, I have I pulled any punches that I have? I've put my opinions out there. No, that's fine. You guys are welcome to be in here. Nobody's gotten the ban hammer yet, you notice. I don't censor people. You can come in here and say whatever you want. I might not react to it. I might not say it. But you're more than welcome to... I mean, even when the video is done, you can leave whatever nasty, hateful comment about how fat and gay and such a loser I am. That's fine. You guys have fun with that. Let your inner 8th grade child go wild. He's right, though. I can't deny. Well, I didn't get him and Static to try to fight. That's up to them. Thank you, Crazy. Thank you. Somebody that understands. Yeah, yep, that's it, Captain, yep. Getting the views from Flannel's wife. Hashtag Big Ninja uses Captain Flannel's personal life for views. Hashtag Big Ninja shut down the con. Hashtag Big Ninja takes it. Okay, I don't care about the views. I could delete my channel tomorrow and not care. But I don't know. I feel however you guys want to feel. It is what it is. Sorry if any of y'all got in your feelings. Sorry if any of y'all, I guess, feel like betrayed by anything I said here. I'm gonna keep jugging regardless. You guys have a great day anyway, as like I said. Oh, thanks for the comment, Max. You're welcome to leave one afterwards, because I'll leave my stream up. But like I said, you guys have fun. Go 17 it up in the Juggernaut. Hope you guys have a great day. Is what it is. Hashtags again. Big Ninja takes it. Big Ninja shut down the con. And all the rules apply to Big Ninja and no one else. So, guys like what I'm doing here. Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications if you want things early. And it's been your boy, Big Ninja. Peace.